Doorbell buzzed incessantly. Heavy boots could be heard out refugees from the government in Singapore. Until the 15th of February last year, 1977, I was a practicing senior member of the legal profession in Singapore. Sui Chai, my wife, was a trainee surgeon attached to the Singapore General Hospital. On that fateful day, life as we had known it came abruptly to a halt. Scores of friends of ours, including lawyers and journalists, were rounded up by the security police. While this was reverberating throughout the island, they came for me at 3:30 a.m. at night. I was asleep in my flat on the 18th floor of a tower block. Member of the legal profession in Singapore. Sui Chai, my wife, was a trainee surgeon attached to the Singapore General Hospital. Journalists were rounded up by the security police. While this was reverberating throughout the island, they came for me at 3:30 a.m. at night. I was asleep in my flat on the 18th floor of a tower block. There was a heavy bang on the door. The doorbell buzzed incessantly. Heavy boots could be heard outside. I didn't reply. They must have assumed that I wasn't in, and they never attempted to break down the door. Eventually, the din stopped, and they settled down to wait for me to return in the morning. All night, I waited and wondered what I should do. They left next morning, presumably to look elsewhere for me and for others on the list. But I was in luck. It was just before the Chinese New Year, and the causeway from Singapore to Malaysia was packed with people crossing for their New Year reunions. I headed for the causeway to neighboring Malaysia. There were so many people about that the security checkpoints were unable to cope with the situation, so I was able to make my way to Britain. It was a most traumatic experience, but I had no alternative, for I did not want to spend years in prison, or worse, be forced to make false confessions over television. Neither did I want to implicate my friends or endorse the government and betray the cause of my people. If I had to live in exile for years on end, then I must. Bertolt Brecht, the German playwright, once wrote, "In the dark times, will there also be singing? Yes, there will be singing about the dark times." I recalled his poem while I was on the plane out of Asia and scribbled this little song on the back of an old envelope. 'Twas the 15th of February, the date of the night. They kept knocking and banging my door. I slipped quietly away, but the others could not, and I know that I'd see them no more. They have taken so many, how many I know not. Well, there's Mahar and Mike and Sammy, and there's Chinqui and others, the brave and the tall, and the ones more behind Changi Wall. Oh, my dear bride, my dearest, just 2 weeks we're wed. Please remember the vow that we made. I have left my homeland for a place far away, but I know I'll be back home someday. Oh, my people, the ones that I love, I will never see you again, till the storm clouds gather at break of the dawn, and Bunga Raya shall bloom in the rain.